Morehead City snaps its two-game losing skid against the Wilson Tobs in a 4-1 win here on this Friday night. Christian Tobs alongside Lance Williams and Trey Keenis. A big win for Morehead City, who prior to this matchup had lost 3 straight times against the Tobs. And Lance, it was really the pitching that made the difference tonight. Reed Bertram threw for 5 scoreless innings. How big was this pitching staff tonight?
The pitching was huge. I mean, you talk about Bertram, season high in innings pitched, 5 shutouts, did not walk a batter. This team only walked 3 batters tonight. They've really been limiting their walk numbers. Right now, they're second in the CPL in fewest walks. So that's huge. Don't give them the free passes to first, and Bertram set the tone. Ryan Jackson, he did allow 1 run off a solo shot, but that was just a mistake. Just 1 pitch, and unfortunately, Carter Murphy took him yard. But besides that, Jackson was good. We saw Drew Iverson, nails in the 8th, and then Avery Cook, he had a little slip-ups here and there, but he had the bases juiced, held them scoreless. Big recovery for Cook after a slow start there in the 9th inning.
Another very impressive performance from the Morehead City Marlins pitching staff. Last time out against the Wilmington Sharks as well, held the Sharks scoreless for 9 innings. And now this Morehead City squad entered tonight second in the CPL in ERA, the pitching really seeing a massive improvement. And Trey, it was also improvements on the offensive side of things. Morehead City jumped out to an early 2-0 lead, courtesy of a home run from DJ Pacheco. What were you seeing out there from the offense?
Yeah, it wasn't anything spectacular tonight, Christian, but it was enough compliments of, as Lance noted, that pitching group tonight, just really only allowing that 1 run to that Tobs offense. But you mentioned Pacheco picking up right where he left off, now fostering a 6-game hitting streak. But it was that top half of the lineup, as mentioned. Pacheco was solid tonight, but Nate Anderson also 3 for 4. He has been just such an anchor of this offense throughout the course of the season. He was able to step up big and deliver. And also Tanner Malley, who we talked about, was coming in this contest 1 of 11, was able to kind of get out of that slump tonight, 1 for 3 with a nice single there in the 5th inning. So I think collectively for this group, it was a team that was able to kind of get out of their rut and find some pace here with that offense. And obviously the defense was spectacular tonight. So the offense just doing enough and winning by 3 in a convincing fashion against the Tobs team that they struggle against over the course of the season.
A real team effort win for Morehead City. That's got to make Marlins head coach Sam Carroll pretty pleased. We had a chance to speak with the head man after tonight's win. Christian Tobs here with Morehead City Marlins head coach Sam Carroll after the Marlins win it over the Wilson Tobs 4-1 on this Friday night. Coach, a big win for your squad going up against the Tobs team that beat you 3 times before earlier this month. How good does it finally feel to take down Wilson?
Feels good. Yeah, I mean, obviously it feels good to get the win. You know, I think what gets, granted, they had 3 wins against us, but I mean, if we really look back at those first 2 games, what did we play? A combined 17, 18 innings and led in 16 of them. So we just didn't lead in the final one. So we've done a good job against this club. We just haven't been able to finish. And tonight we finished. Cook did a good job.
Certainly shut the door and really kept this Tobs offense at bay, holding Wilson to just 1 run, and the pitching was really on display for your crew today. Reed Bertram, 5 scoreless innings. How big was that start?
That was huge. I mean, he was to give us 5 innings like that. That was great. You know, if we had built him up a little bit more prior to that start, we would have ran him out there for 6. But he kind of hit his limit with what we wanted to run him out, and to give us 5 strong innings was huge.
And in the last 2 games, you know, yesterday's loss against Wilmington, and then tonight against the Tobs, just 4 runs allowed across that stretch. What has been the biggest improvement you've seen from your pitching in these last few games?
More confidence in throwing strikes. You know, obviously Peninsula, you can go back a little bit further. Peninsula hit us around just a little bit there, but that's a good hitting club. In the game before that against Holly Springs, you know, we shut them down. So our pitching has been really turned the corner here over the last week, and it's been nice to see, especially with the offense that we can generate.
And then DJ Pacheco as well. He had a big home run in the 2nd inning to give you guys that lead. He's really been one of the more consistent bats for your team. How special has he been?
He's been great, and it's been tough a little bit because we got so many outfielders. We rotate guys in and out. And so he's been sitting a little bit. It's just been kind of his turn in the rotation, but he's been working, and he comes out tonight and hits a big bomb to get us on the board, and he's a really good player. We got a really, really good outfield, no question.
So shifting focus now to this weekend. Tomorrow you head on the road against Boone. The longest
Not
road
Booneville,
trip.
but Boone. Right.
The longest road trip of the year so far. And then 2 games against Martinsville. What's the biggest thing you're looking for your team to perform in for those 2 games?
Just keep doing what we're doing. We're going to get up early. We got an early bus call tomorrow, and it's going to be a long trip. And, hopefully we get there. Well, we'll get there, yeah. We will get there. And then once we get there, we'll just get into our pregame routine and be ready to rock and roll. Boone's a good team. Martinsville's a good team. And so is Morehead City. So we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, 6-hour bus ride on the way there. So I'm sure you're probably glad that tonight's game went pretty quickly.
Yeah, no doubt. We got a lot to do. And if I can ever get out of this interview, then we'll get ready for tomorrow.
Well, I'll let you go do that, Ben.
Thank you.
Coach, thanks for your time. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it. You guys have got a long trip, too, and looking forward to a good long weekend, all of us together on the bus and in the hotels and on the ball field. So let's try to get 3 wins this weekend.
Should be fun. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Always appreciate the time from head coach Sam Carroll, and he wasn't lying, Lance. It's a pretty lengthy bus trip for Morehead City going on the road against Boone. What's going to be the biggest thing for the Marlins to keep up their momentum this weekend?
Well, maybe get some rest tonight. I mean, the back-to-back games here at the Rock heading into this long road trip, which long in duration, but it's 2 games. It's one of 2 overnight trips. It'll be kind of 2.5 games in 3 days. We've seen them do that before against Wilson, June 10th and 11th. But so different opponents this time. They're going up against the West Division, Boone's. It'll be the first time that Morehead City's ever traveled out to the Bigfoots ballpark there on the campus of Appalachian State, and so should be interesting playing in altitude compared to playing here on the coast. We'll see how the ball will travel there, but yeah, I mean, I think it's huge that they kind of limited the arms that they used today. Bertram going 5 was big tonight because, look, that's a lot of baseball that they'll be playing in 2 days after some long road trips. Might be a little stiff on the joints coming out of the bus, but, big win tonight and going up against the Boone team that's been playing good baseball, though.
A lot of momentum for the Marlins going into tomorrow's matchup against the Boone Bigfoots. First pitch for that game is at 6:30. You can catch myself and Trey Keenis on the call on our Mixler broadcast. We'll talk to you then. But for now, signing off for The Rock, I'm Christian Tobs alongside Lance Williams and Trey Keenis. The Marlins win it over the Tobs 4-1.